Where in West Oakland?
Powell, off of Powell, like something in Powell, something like that.
Okay, so kind of by Emery.
Yeah, it was probably about 8 blocks south, or 8 blocks when you get off the West Oakland Park.
And do you miss living in Oakland?
Yeah, I kind of do, in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways I don't, but in a lot of ways I do.
What don't you miss about Oakland?
Well, I didn't notice it at the time, but there's a lot of trash and needles everywhere, and junkies, and crackheads, and I think it does a lot to your psyche that you don't really notice when you're there because you think you can handle it, but like coming back, you sort of like, oh, this probably really did a lot to my mental health to be here, you know?
Where do you live currently?
Seattle.
Okay. Are there a lot of junkies up there and crackheads?
I mean, I'm just saying that, like, you know, I was like in, you know, just like, it's just kind of a really bad parts of Oakland, you know? And it was, and I was thinking, you know, like, you know, you can try to fetishize it, or you can try to like make it just be like, oh, you can handle it, it's cheap, but it's actually kind of hard, you know.
So, how do you feel about the feds cracking? Are you familiar with this? Like the feds labeling the Juggalos as a gang? Oh yeah, he's definitely aware. You're definitely
yeah, definitely.
Have you looked at any of the files or whatever, like FOIA files about it or anything like that?
No, I mean that all kind of blew up. Like when I was out there, they did have like people signing like petitions and shit, but they didn't like. It wasn't as big of a thing, you know. So now, now I'm sort of. People are asking if they're a gang, and they say they're a family, and I would say leave them alone. You know, I mean, they're not organized. They're not.
Did it bring things like the gatherings had more red tape, or people getting stopped on the way to the gatherings and weren't allowed into them because of like heightened security concerns or anything?
I don't really know. I mean, I wrote my book back when you know, it wasn't as big of a deal, and then it started to become a big deal. Like they became a gang, according to the FBI.
Well, I mean, isn't a posse by definition a gang?
It's a band name by definition.
Oh. Well, here's the question: is there a way of getting off the gang list? Do you know if that you haven't heard anything about that?
No, I don't know. This is all like this all happened became really important right after I'd written my book. So I hadn't really done a lot of research on the gang thing.
At that point.
Yeah.
Well, they probably came from the movie night at Thrill House. Oh, really? Yeah, they live, you know. They live. You only need to watch the first 5 minutes anyways. Okay, the fight scene. The 5-minute fight scene. The 8-minute fight scene, actually, I think is what
it is. Is it 8 minutes?
Yeah, it's 8 minutes. With that guy, Carl Weathers, right? Oh, yeah. He was also in Predator.
He won't let him put the glasses on.
Because he would see the ideology. That's what Zizek says. Zizek says he would see the ideology and recognize his ideology as the true reality. And once one recognizes true reality, you can't escape it again. Wow. It's much simpler to just live inside of the contained ideology. Is that part of the story, I wonder? I mean, you never read the original story, have you?